I now have a super thanks button on my channel. You can use this to donate to this channel. The money I get from this will primarily be used towards the channel, but I may occasionally also use it for things like emergencies that might come up. And now back to the video. I almost fell victim to a scam online when trying to purchase a car from Facebook Marketplace. So I decided to make this video to warn you of things you should be aware of before you consider selling or buying things using one of these online shops. Now, Facebook Marketplace is not a bad place to buy a car from. In fact, I've bought a 2002 Mercury Sable and a PlayStation 5 using the Facebook Marketplace, so it's not inherently bad. It's just that I wasn't aware of the normal ways that people do things on this site, so I almost fell for a scam up here, not realizing what I should be looking for. Now, the first flag I should have noticed is that this person is selling a 2010 Honda Civic for $1,000 when a car that new is actually worth way more than that. Now, I mean, it could be that they were just trying to get rid of the car really quickly, but it also could be that there was something seriously wrong with the car that would lead them to have to sell it for way less than it's worth. Like, for example, I had a 2007 BMW 328xi, and when the transmission failed in that car, it was practically worthless, so I could only sell it for $1,000, even though technically it was worth a little more than that when it was used. I mean, it's also possible that they were just trying to get rid of the car quickly, and a very quick way to get rid of a car is to sell it for less than it's worth, but I don't know. I don't think people normally do that. Now, this map claims that the car is being sold in Bethlehem near the downtown area north of the Lehigh River, and already we have a problem. I lived in the Lehigh Valley for pretty much 2/3 of my life, and this is not the downtown area of Bethlehem, anywhere near the Lehigh River. In fact, not only is this not near the downtown area of Bethlehem, this doesn't look like any single house that exists in the Bethlehem area. This doesn't even match the standard architecture that you might find in that area. So that also should have been an obvious red flag. Not only that, but that tree in the background does not look like the type of trees that grow in the Lehigh Valley in the first place. So that's another thing that's wrong with this setup. Another red flag is that this profile appears to belong to some kind of business, but if you Google it, you cannot find this business anywhere on Google Maps, especially not in the Bethlehem area. That's weird because even people who don't know how to use the internet have their businesses show up on Google Maps, usually because someone who visited that business added it for them. Not only that, but the guy in this profile picture is wearing a cowboy hat, and I've lived in this area for 2/3 of my life, and I have only ever seen 2 people wearing a cowboy hat. So what are the odds that I would find a third person wearing one? Now, obviously, a 2010 Honda Civic being sold for only $1,000 raises a few questions. So, I asked this person, does this car run? Because, like, why are you selling a car this expensive for only $1,000? This person then replies and asks me to email them for the rest of the information. And this is when I should have stopped. Facebook Marketplace already has a way to send someone this information, so why would I have to email you to get the information that you already could have just typed to me using the app that already exists? That should have been a huge red flag. I mean, he says for more pictures, as if he ran out of space to put pictures on this website, but he only used like 1 or 2 pictures, and you can have way more than that many pictures of an object on this website, and I know this from experience. So that's kind of weird that I would need to email him to get the rest of the pictures of the car and the rest of the information that could just be shared through this app. Whenever someone asks you to email or text them for more information, they're trying to get you off of the secure site to make it as easy as possible to scam you. So if someone asks you to text them or email them for more information, stop talking to them at that point. Because they are not trying to sell you something, they're just trying to take your money. Unfortunately, I didn't stop right there and actually emailed them that I was interested in the car. And this is the email they gave me. There are so many red flags in this email, and I'm going to go over them one by one. These things tend to have grammatical errors, and one of them is that the word engine is used twice. Now, that could be an honest mistake. People have accidentally typed the same word twice while typing on their phone. So it's somewhat negligible, but also somewhat suspicious. Now, the person says they're trying to get rid of the car quickly because their husband died of a heart attack recently, and they're trying to get rid of the car because I guess it gives them bad memories or something. And that is a legitimate reason why someone might sell a car. However, okay, so this person is saying that their husband died, so I immediately assumed that they were a female, but then I looked at the Facebook Marketplace profile and realized, oh wait, this is a guy, so I guess that means they're gay or something? Well, that's not really that out of the ordinary. Gay people are in fact people who exist, so I wasn't really that thrown off by that. However, there's another issue with this statement. Reading further into the email, the person sends me a picture of their driver's license, I guess to prove that they're a real person. But there's an issue. This person is a female, not a male. So it can't be the person in this Facebook profile picture. I mean, maybe it could be a female who identifies as a gay male who's married to another guy who died recently of a heart attack. And why in the world am I even buying this at this point? Like, what are the chances of all these stars aligning? Not only that, but another issue is this is an Illinois driver's license, not a Pennsylvania license. Now, this person is saying that they need to sell the car by July 14th because they're going to be deployed into the United States Air Force soon. But that's also a red flag because these scams often include something about having to sell the vehicle or whatever they're selling quickly before they get deployed by the military. This person says that they're being stationed in Scott Air Force Base, which actually is a real place. I looked it up, and that they have to leave soon, and that's why they're trying to sell the car quickly. But my next question is, why in the world did this person have an Illinois driver's license, but their husband apparently lives in Pennsylvania? Like, if he really meant that much to this person, why in the world do they live on opposite sides of the country? Like, even if one of them was in the military, that still wouldn't make sense, because wouldn't the other one just move to the state closest to where they're being deployed or something? And I don't know how this works because I've never been in the military before. Maybe someone who has been in the military who was watching this video can chime in on how this is supposed to work, because this doesn't really make sense to me. She or he or whoever this is supposed to be also said that they don't want to have the car in storage, but like, if they don't plan on driving the car anyway, why does that really matter? And it's not like they would have to pay for the storage because they apparently have been keeping this car in their garage, or at least that's what they said what they were doing with the car. So I don't really get that part. Now the second paragraph is where things get really weird, because she's saying, or he, I'm not really sure at this point, well, they're saying that they're selling this car via eBay. But if they're selling the car via eBay, then why are they selling it via Facebook Marketplace, first of all? Second of all, they're saying that they have a deal with eBay where they don't have to be present when they sell it. They're just going to ship it to you, and you're going to have a certain amount of time to test the car before purchasing it. Whether or not eBay has a system like this, I have no idea, because I've never purchased a car from eBay before. So, unfortunately, my ignorance is working against me in this procedure. I was a little bit suspicious, though, because I've never bought a car where the owner wasn't present. That's a bit suspicious. Like, Why wouldn't they want to be present while selling the car? I mean, I guess if they live in a different state, that might make sense. But if they live in a different state, why does the Facebook Marketplace thing say that it's being sold in Bethlehem? So that's also another red flag. They say that the car is being sold in Bethlehem, but they live in Illinois, and they say they're going to ship the car from Illinois to where you live. So what's going on here? And they're also selling it on Facebook Marketplace and eBay at the same time. Now, you might be thinking, with all these obvious red flags, why are you letting it get this far? And the simple answer to that is, I wasn't thinking clearly. Like, all of these red flags that I'm telling you about, these are things that I didn't really think about until after the fact. I was too excited and I wasn't giving myself a chance to process what was going on, and didn't even realize what was going on. That being said, I did the stupid thing and gave this person my name and address, thinking, well, they can't ship the car to me without an address, so yeah. Now, I told you before that none of these pictures look like pictures of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. This house does not look like any house that you would find in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So at first I'm thinking, well, the address in the license says Illinois, so maybe that's just what houses in Illinois look like. I did drive a truck through Illinois once, but that was a long time ago, and I don't fully remember what the houses look like in that area. Unfortunately, I didn't think about this at the time, but I could have Googled the address that was on the driver's license to verify from Google Street View that this house was actually at the address. I did do that after the fact though, and these are the results. This is the house that was in the address that the driver's license led to. Which is strange because the person said that they were storing the car in their garage, but none of these houses have a garage. Not only that, but they don't look like the house that was in the picture behind the car that was taken. Even if you go across the street, the houses still don't look like the one in the picture, and they still don't have garages. Now that I think about it, this house doesn't even look like it has a garage. This person then sends me something that's supposed to have information about the invoice from eBay or whatever. It has 2 numbers to contact for customer service, none of which are actually eBay's numbers. In fact, I googled them, and none of them belong to eBay, so I don't even know what these numbers are supposed to be. This person then tells me to look for an email that's supposed to have the rest of the information on it, and to check my spam folder because it might get sent there by mistake, which isn't inherently suspicious because sometimes things that aren't spam do accidentally get sent to the spam folder. It's not that common, but it has happened to me quite a few times, so I wasn't that suspicious of that specific statement. Now, this person then sends me an email that's supposed to have a PDF file with all the information about the eBay car selling thing, and it has a gray warning on top of it saying this email could be spam, which of course I ignored. Now, after opening this invoice, this is when the gears start turning in my head, because I already have an eBay account and I already have the eBay app downloaded on my phone. So if I indeed purchase a car via the eBay app, then shouldn't I have gotten a notification and an email about this? Because that's usually what happens. Not only that, but this thing is giving me instructions for how to show proof of funds, or basically prove that I have the money that I need to buy this car before it gets shipped to me. And they're asking me to send gift cards that have $1,000 worth of money on them so that I can purchase the car, which is not how you buy things from eBay. It was at this moment that I noticed I had been scammed, because I'm subscribed to a lot of people on YouTube that waste scammers' time by pretending to be a legitimate person trying to buy something from them. And in all of these videos, the person always asks for money in the form of a gift card. So that was how I knew that this was a scam. Thankfully, there is some good news. Since I didn't send them any money, they didn't get any money from me. But they still have my name and email address. Who knows what they could do with that? Now, I've bought a lot of things on eBay, even car parts, and not once did the seller ask me to send them money in the form of a gift card. Now, even though I'm pretty sure that this is a scam at this point, just to be on the safe side, I googled eBay proof of funds just to see if there are any other people that have had this happen to them. And in fact, there were. And to the point where eBay actually had a statement warning people against this type of scam. The things they told you to look out for were pretty much everything that was in this scam. Having to sell the car quickly because something family emergency and or something military. It was all in there. This email was all wrong. Out of curiosity, I did the thing I should have done a long time ago and actually went to the eBay website to see if I could find this Honda Civic listing. Unfortunately, it's not up here. There is no 2010 Honda Civic for $1,000 being sold up here. So remember, if you're trying to buy or sell something online and the person says that you need to text or email them for further information, stop talking to them right then and there because it's a scam.